don't like that. How's that? Nope, don't want that. Hey guys, getting ready to do a little make it weird here. Not officially starting yet, waiting for people to join. Welcome to the chat. Hello to the chat. We're chatting. Hello to the chat. Let's see how we got some people joining right now, I believe. Hello to everybody who watches on YouTube, which is the main place for this thing. Excuse me for all this crap. And of course, everybody on Facebook and on Twitch, a growing audience over at Twitch, which is pretty incredible. Getting ready to start here. If you're brand new to the show, let's see. Hello, Sarah. Nice to see you. If you're brand new to the show, it's a very simple process, a very simple thing, except if you're on the other end of the phone call. I'm going to post a phone number for you to call. We are going to skip all of the small talk, all of that crap. And I'm going to ask you a pretty challenging question, to say the least. At least one of the three usually is a little on the racier side. But we'll get to that here in a minute. Hello to Danielle. I believe that's Mellow Daniela, who was fantastic on a recent show. She was really good. I went back and listened to that. I normally don't listen to things like, go back and listen to crap I'm doing. But I basically listened for her. She actually was just throwing out some great advice. So there's that as well. Hello, Sandra. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Danielle. Hello, everybody on YouTube. Hello to everybody on Facebook. We're going to get going here in just a second. I have 3 questions today, like I always do. The live version of this show is much different than the one that you get in podcast and then edited on YouTube. We cut out all the fun stuff on this when it comes time, because they tell you on YouTube, once you post your finished product, get right to the point. And I'm still working on all that. So there you go. Good to see you guys. Thanks for being here. I'm going to put up the number and feel free to call anytime you want. I'm just going to sit here and BS until we get a call in. Let me get the number up here. Show. There you go. So only call if you're in a place where you can participate, because it does get a little personal. That's the goal, to get to know each other. By the way, for those of you that call the show and those of you that have called the show in the past, feel free to email me or message me on my Facebook, on my website, terryjames.com. You're going to get a free, it's a bad glare, a free Make It Weird sticker. How exciting, just for participating, isn't it? Ooh. Okay, just going to wait for people to call. That's basically what I do here. And people are going, God, it's really uncomfortable watching you deal with this. But you know what? I've learned to live in painful moments in life. Maybe you guys could take a little example of how to do it yourself, you bastards. Good to have you here, everybody on YouTube. Good to have you here on Facebook. And hello to people on Twitch. And we're going right now. We are participating, so feel free to call. And remember, if you do, here we go. Do not hang up, do not hang up, do not hang up, do not hang up. Name.
Hello, this is Uli from Springfield, Missouri.
Okay, this is a little unfair, but it's okay. Uli.
I thought it was weird.
I know, I love it. It is. I'm glad you're here, because this is a challenge now. Full disclosure that people don't know, Uli works at our radio station in Springfield, Missouri, and we also have a podcast together with Taint.
A little bit of one, yeah.
Yes, it is called Chaos Show. So
yeah, but you said
yeah. We're doing this. We're going right to it, dude.
Well, you said no small talk, so I'm ready for the question.
We're going right to this.
All right.
What's the most beautiful thing you've destroyed?
Oh, I mean, I'm going to be super honest with you, because I know you expect nothing less. And I don't want to put too fine a point on it, but I would say my second marriage.
Really?
Yeah.
How,
All bullshit aside.
how did you
Yeah, man.
how did you destroy it? Why are you taking full blame for this?
Well, it takes two to tango, and I know that. But ultimately, instead of having the courage to look into the mirror and say that I think I might be the problem, I found other ways to other things to blame rather than looking in the mirror. It was a pretty low point, man, and I ended up in a situation of infidelity,
Yeah.
and it was yeah.
Many people do. Do you think that now that, I mean, I got one of the most honest guys in the world on here right now, so I'm taking advantage of this, just so you know. I,
Okay.
do you think that some of it, because I've seen so many people who end up stepping out,
Yeah.
they end up just making an excuse of reasons why they're doing it. When the truth is they were just horny. They wanted to blame it on the
Hmm.
girl. They wanted to blame it on a situation or she's not paying
Hmm.
attention to me or whatever.
Hmm.
Was there any of that involved?
Yeah, I would say because when it occurred, I was almost 10 years into the marriage, right?
Hmm.
So, had a job on the fire department, had an excavating business, had two small kids. This just makes me sound amazing. And a wife with whom I had as a partner, but I was not actively participating in grown-ups things, right? Like budgeting, scheduling, and so along comes somebody. So this person who used to find me funny and adorable and hilarious, kind of do life with, and then all of a sudden I lose a bunch of weight because of CrossFit, fulfilled every stereotype, and a coach thinks that I'm hilarious, and man, that attention's addictive. And I'm
Yes.
not going to say, yeah.
No,
So
no,
that's
it is. And there is that feeling where, you talked about how you weren't really participating in the adult parts of the relationship. And I find
yeah.
myself doing a little bit of that as well. But I have what I believe to be an excuse. And now I'm begging to try to get some of that back in my relationship. I,
Okay.
she does all the budgeting. She does all the banking. She comes from a banking background. It was kind of the deal we made. But now she has like two jobs. She does it for the Lexington Radio Network. She does it for another business. And I feel like I should be helping out more. And I feel that there's some resentment possibly building up. Now, a lot of the times I feel like something bad's going on. It's in my own head.
Hmm.
But I feel like there might be something like that there. Is there a way to nip it in the bud before it gets out of control for me?
I would only say if I was to put, the lens of my experience across what you've given me, that man, if I had just been like, how can I help? Instead of being like, oh God damn, I work all day and now you expect me to do X, Y, or Z. Man, because that's easy, right? That's a lazy way out.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. You seem, but also from how I know you, you also seem that like your wife's happiness is kind of paramount to your own. So I don't know. I don't
Yeah, I don't
know.
think I get credit for that though. I really don't.
Okay. Okay. But
Yeah,
yeah, that would be, I mean, I tell people all the time, if I did 5% of the things that I do 100% of now, you and I wouldn't be having this conversation. Because I don't
exactly.
want to say I have nothing but regret because I get to be here right now with you. I have two wonderful boys, amazing stuff. And my ex-wife is actually, she and I are really good friends now. But man, it took a beating. And it's interesting when you have somebody that loves you like that, which I kind of sense you get from Mrs. Terry. It's hard to find again. It's hard to. I don't know. Maybe I'm being overly optimistic about what it was because it wasn't all sunshine and roses for sure.
Yeah.
Obviously, bro, I
Oh,
wouldn't have stepped out.
absolutely. Absolutely. Do you think that that's something that you would like in your life now? And, because a lot of times I have these things in my life where I'm never going to let happen again.
Right.
And I've learned my lesson, when it
Hmm.
comes to saving money or when it comes to mistreating a coworker, when it comes to getting cocky, all these types of things. I refuse to let things happen the way they've happened before because I didn't like the feeling of that.
And you learned the lesson, right?
I would hope so. I would hope so. So do you want another chance is what I'm trying to say, or is this something where you're not thinking about it?
With this person?
No, with any
With my
person.
ex-wife?
With any person. Do you want
Oh,
do you
yeah,
want
no.
another shot at doing it right, or does that even matter to you at this current stage of your life? Not the future you, but does it
Right,
matter to you right this second?
Well, I also know that you're speaking from a bit of an informed point of view because you know what a hoe bag I am.
That's why I love you.
I'm in my honesty phase, aka just call me a slut. Yeah, I think so because I think when we have, I mean, any two people can get together and push body parts together, but it would be nice to find that person that because like to quote someone else, I don't think we're capable of seeing all of our own blind spots. And having someone in our life that can do that with us is pretty awesome. And I think it makes a better version of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're pretty.
But I don't know.
Has your wife noticed? Your ex-wife, excuse me. Has
Yeah.
Has she noticed a change in you?
Oh, big time, big time. Well, I dropped a bunch of weight, and she's like, "Where the fuck was that guy when I was married to him?"
Yeah.
Right there. But no, she has. She's like, "Wow, I'm proud of." Like, it's funny. I think she says it with a little bit of vitriol, only because she's like, "Yeah, but I went through the bullshit with you, and here's the better version of you."
Mm-hmm.
But I also know that, like, I don't know, man. We put our kids first. That sounds so trite, but we really did, and I think that's what allowed us to have a decent relationship.
Yeah, that's
There was
good.
a time where I would say stuff to her like, "I hope her husband gets a job on the moon," like real shitty stuff. But he's actually a good guy.
Doesn't that
And
suck
he's
when they're a good guy? It's like, okay, you know what? You did better than me. And you know, and that's usually what they do. They go looking for what you're not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, 100% she upgraded, right?
Yeah. Oh man.
But you know what? Here's the thing I wouldn't trade, Terry. The version of me that was married to her didn't have the emotional maturity to handle who she is as a person. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense for sure.
So I think I could now, but I wondered what would it look like if we met each other now. She'd probably just call me all in bullshit and say, "Get out of here."
Yeah, you know, it's fun to it's fun to kind of think about it, but I've learned that recently that the more I just keep looking at what ifs,
right?
It's a tough thing. But I also believe, like when I asked you, you're at a certain stage of your life where you think you could give it your all to one person. You know, if you meet that right person, you're in. Because a lot of people sometimes aren't ready, and a lot of people think they're broken. I've had so many.
Is she wearing leather pants?
That helps.
Right.
I know a lot of people think that they're broken. You know that, oh my God, I'm never gonna be able to pull off a great relationship. I'm never going to be able to remain faithful. I'm never going to be able to not have anger issues. You know, whatever the things are.
Right.
But I really believe that a lot of it comes from, and I know this sounds woo-wooey and silly, a lot of it comes from just finally having enough. I've known people to stop drinking because they've just finally had enough. You know,
that seems like a personal attack. Well, go ahead.
That has nothing to do with you. You know, that has nothing to do with
the
you.
narcissist in me sees you.
I've known people to stop smoking just because they've had enough, but I also know a lot of people who need some help. So so I mean, that's why I asked I guess what I'm trying to get at is there's this quote that I'm trying to remember who said it, but you're free to change your mind. And I've always believed that you are free to change your mind. And a lot of people think that you are wishy-washy or you're jumping on a bandwagon or whatever. Why do you think that people want to keep you where they are in their mind?
Because that's where they are. And when you have growth, it represents a threat to the status quo that they're living in.
Yeah.
And so they don't like to think about that. Like, who do you think you are? It comes down to that whole thing. What, do you think you're better than me? Well, no, I'm just living my life.
Yeah.
But
Have you ever had to kick people to the curb because of that? Because I know that
oh yeah,
I've had too many times. I've heard that you think you're better than me before. No, because I don't want
yeah,
to go out and drink at night. Because I don't
right,
want to go out because I prefer to do other things or to
right,
read or whatever the hell it is. I sound like a
right,
boring
yeah,
guy, but
no,
it's usually those people that get angry. That's usually the people that are just living in the moment. And I admire that quality in them. Even
yeah,
though I'm choosing not to, I admire that quality.
well, and I think okay, for example, people let's take the drinking thing. It seems really obscure and not related to anything. But so, but if all of a sudden the people that I used to run around with are like, hey man, I'm just going to throttle back. This is not for me. Instead of having the capacity to say, good for you, dude. Like, yeah, you're making better choices. I think it's instinctive that we look inward and be like, well, maybe I have a problem, right? And so if you're trying to better yourself, whether it's through podcasts or going to the gym or whatever, there's always going to be people that just they thrive on that negative energy. And I'll tell you that voice, that radio signal is super loud. It occupies a lot of rent in my head, and I hate it.
How
I'm
many
still
g-
working on
how
that.
many people that want to lose weight and they decide they're going to do it, and maybe they got a buddy that's the same size, possibly a little bit bigger, and they're going, "Come
Right,
on, man, just a piece of pizza. That's all we're doing tonight. Come on." They want to keep you right there
yeah,
with them. It's really
right.
strange. It's really
Another
strange.
personal attack I'm feeling, but yes, absolutely. Um, you you really hit both. You want to go
Man,
for the cycle?
yeah,
You want to go for the cycle? Let's do it.
if I knew what it was, I'll go there. I have no idea what it is, but man, it is.
Uh,
I've always enjoyed our deeper conversations. You're really
Me
fun to have
too.
these conversations with.
Yeah, man.
So
Yeah.
this
Well,
was
and
an easy one.
I don't want to hog up the airwaves. I know lots of people have questions. I just thought you were sitting there, and I thought
No, I
I'd like to
appreciate
have
it.
a no bullshit thing, and I'll make way for the next one.
No, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for checking in, and we will talk to you a
Of
little
course.
later on this week, buddy.
All right, sounds good, my friend.
All
Take care.
right, cool. That's great. All right, if you want to call now, that was Uli, everybody. If you want to call now, let me go ahead and put that number up again. Bubba bubba boop de boop de boo. You can call that number, and I've got two more questions. One of them is both of them are pretty deep, and you're going to have to be very, very, in a good place to answer these questions. One of these I almost wanted to save for Uli and do, but I already kind of know what his kinks are. Oh, I already gave it away. I already gave it one of them is. But so feel free to call. Remember, if you want, if you come on the show, you get yourself one of these, a free Make It Weird sticker. Hey, listen, this is the only budget I got. You cheapskate bastard, Terry. This is the only budget I have. My wife, like we talked about, Mrs. Line item for every project that I have, and trust me, there are a lot of them. I need to show for the taxes and the bank statements, and most of them where I'm taking a loss. I'm already $55 in the hole because of you sons of bitches, because of these things. Because I think that your life will be complete by having one of these sons of bitch stickers. And how wrong is that? Feel free to call that number right now, guys. It's Make It Weird. We go right to a deep conversation. I'd love to be able to hear from you. I'm just going to wait and babble until that happens. I was just sitting and waiting. Sometimes there'll be times like, well, here we go. Who's this?
This is Sarah.
Sarah.
Yes. I talked to you the other day.
Okay, here we go.
Huh?
What's a lie you're currently living?
But I have it all together.
So you really are trying to show everybody. Do you have kids and stuff?
I have a 10-year-old.
So you're really trying to act like you have it together so they don't scare you?
Trying.
What do you think about parents that tell their kids a little too much? Hey, we're battling for money this month. Stop asking for for toys and stuff like
I
that.
would never say that to my kid. I would go broke before I said that.
Yeah, I would. I mean, that was a big thing at my household. But my
Yeah.
my my mom and dad kept a lot from me. And I think it's because my father was very ill
Mhm.
when I was young, and all through my growing up with him, he was in a wheelchair and everything else. And I don't think
And
they. I
I'm
don't,
very sorry about that.
it's all right. And I don't think they told me the truth about that, but I was able at least to pick up on some hints around the
Right.
house that when
Of course.
coworkers of my ex coworkers of my dad, because he's had to stop working, when ex coworkers of my dad would show up with envelopes of money and food and everything
Right.
else, they knew that the times were tough. So what are in what forms are you trying to keep it together? What are you covering up right now?
Just paying bills, paying for my mom in a nursing home, and they take thousands of dollars from me, which I don't have,
Hmm.
and because I have to pay for her to be somewhere, and then, it's just ridiculous that, I mean, the government doesn't help. Like, she has Medicare and Medicaid, and then after Medicare, a secondary payer, and then Medicaid, and I still owe $5,000 for a nursing home.
Yeah, that's really tough. That's real life right there.
And then, like, I mean, because me and her, well, I had to take her off my bank account because they came and took all of my money, and then I was left with nothing.
Who's they that
The
came?
government,
Really?
you know,
Boy, 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 Sarah. Uh,
and so,
Go ahead.
no, I was just saying, it's just, I always, having dignity coming into this life and going out, is it's not even there.
Hmm.
Like, how can we not protect, like, older individuals who have worked their ass off their entire life, and the government takes everything?
Unfortunately, you even talk about stuff like this. Nobody wants to talk about it. People think you're
No, they
blaming it.
don't.
People think you're blaming some administration, or you're talking trash about their girl or guy, and the facts are facts. This stuff could
Yeah.
hit anybody.
Oh,
and
yeah.
and it is brutal. I talked about this on the Lex and Terry show this morning, that they are
I
trying
didn't
to
get to hear it. I'm sorry.
they're trying to do a thing with Medicare, depending on which Medicare you have. There's the Medicare original, then there's the one where the I don't know, the supplement. I don't
It's
know which
a Medicare Advantage plan. Don't,
Advantage. And the
yeah,
Medicare
don't
Advantage,
ever get a MAP plan. Don't ever do it.
and exactly, but they want people to be on that plan.
Exactly, because they sit there and they screw you over because they'll sit there. Number one, I worked in insurance for like 20 years, and or for a hospital and dealt with insurance. A Medicare Advantage plan, they will sit there and tell you that they follow Medicare guidelines, and it's a total bullshit lie because they're individual insurance plans who make up their own rules.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
so
yeah,
you go in for a tetanus shot, and Medicare would pay for it, but a Medicare Advantage plan will say you don't need it.
yeah. What they are doing right now for people with the original Medicare, because they want people off of that, because like you just said, it's good. It's good, and they want people off of that. Now they're using, I read this was in the New York Times, so it's pretty
Mm-hmm.
reputable. They At least they do their research. They have said
Right.
that what they are doing with this, and this is, to me, it's wrong. They are trying it in 6 or 7 states right now, where they're letting AI, if you are on the regular Medicare plan, AI will deny you or approve of one of the procedures or things that you need.
Mm-hmm.
And
But that's what.
they're
And, sorry.
no, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, but that's what these MAP plan insurance companies do. They sit there and say, "Well, I'm sorry, but you're not approved for that." But like in my mind, a doctor who is supposed to be reputable asks for like a CT scan,
Yeah.
okay, and but the MAP plans will sit there and say, "We're not covering it.
Yeah. They just,
You should have done this, and this, and this, all before it." So why would you pay thousands upon thousands of dollars to have all those first tests run?
and exactly. And let's remember that, that your family member, your mom, paid into this her entire life, paid into this
Mhm.
her entire life. And some people use more than they paid. Some people don't. I get it.
Right.
I know that the government is a business, but at some point you have to start taking care of your older people. You have to start taking care of your veterans. You have to start doing stuff
100%.
like this. And I don't care what administration it is.
Mhm.
Have some, show some compassion, show some dignity.
Decency.
Yeah, it really is frustrating to me, and I'm sorry that you're going through that, and that you're trying to act like you're keeping it together. That is a. Do you have any siblings? Do you have anybody helping you at all?
I have a sibling who just he left it all up to me
Yeah, that's
to deal with our mom, and I'm like, like I need help
Are you the
because I
oldest?
can't. Huh?
Are you the oldest?
No, yeah, I'm the baby.
And it's left up to you to take care of your mom.
Well, yeah, because he's just living his life, and all that stuff was fine. Live your life, but like when it comes to her insurance and the government, and I have to pay that much out of pocket for her to have
Yeah,
a home over her head because she can't come live with me.
yeah,
I
yeah,
live on the second floor. There's no way in heck she
yeah.
would ever be able to get up here.
Yeah, and a lot of time, you're not qualified to give the kind of care that she probably needs. I mean, you'll do what you can. I mean, I know that you would, but well, I wasn't expecting that type of an answer on this, you
I'm so
know.
sorry.
No, don't apologize. This is a real thing that people are dealing with right now, and I just wish that people would pay attention to it. Listen, I'm not making it political at all. It pisses me off when I see
Oh, me too.
a veteran not getting the care they need, or
It never should have been this way.
yeah,
Like, I mean, out of my paycheck, we pay for, Medicare and all that stuff. And then our people who are on Medicare get screwed.
yeah. Well, I appreciate your call today, and I'm sorry you're going through it. And we are all just. I think that anybody who's listening to this right now and heard the question that was posed
Just
to you,
trying to make it through.
what is a lie you're currently living? I think we all have about 10 lies we're currently living.
Oh, 100%.
And do you think it's okay to live a lie? I think
I
it's,
do and I don't. It
yeah,
depends on the lie.
yeah. There's one way of turning your head and not addressing something that needs to be addressed. Maybe
Mhm.
you have a, some health issue yourself and you're just going, I'm fine. No, you gotta, that type of stuff.
Right.
But I think that I'm living a lie. I mean, a lot of my job is that, which is fun, but yeah, I think there's many things where, the fake it till you make it thing has worked
Yeah.
out for me many times. But at the same time, it all, you lose credibility with your friends while you're trying to make it because you're going, this guy's full of shit, you know?
Right.
So, well, I appreciate your call, Sarah. I wish you the best of luck. Okay. And thanks for checking in
Thank
again.
you.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.
All right. There you go. Woo, boy. All right. Put the number up again. We got time for one more. We got time for one more question here. I've been online lately and doing a lot of different things and trying to figure out what's going on, like this show. It's taken a turn that I appreciate. It's also taken a turn that I did not anticipate. And it's weird because one of the best things, one of the qualities that I give myself, that I think is a great quality for me when it comes to doing a show. like on the Lex and Terry show. If there's a phone call up there that the guy says, oh, it's a guy whose house just burned down. I'm already thinking about a joke that I could say about a house that's burning down because, that's hilarious, isn't it? That's really funny, isn't it? But still, I'm just saying I've been able to always look a couple of steps ahead about where I want to be. And this show, I didn't expect, I knew it'd be a small audience to start. I knew that. And I was hoping that on YouTube that they would feature the show on YouTube to a bunch of other people out there, that people are scrolling by, or somebody scrolling by a Facebook page, or somebody on Twitch, is just kind of cruising by and they go, oh, this is interesting. I'm going to be a little part of that. I'm going to give this a shot. But right now we're getting a lot of the same people calling, or people that I know that are calling, which I appreciate. I think it's fun. I love that I'm getting support from friends and everything else. And I know that people are finding, and people that want to call back, like a Sarah, or there's been many people. It's not just you, Sarah. There's been many people that have called back and updated me in certain situations. I didn't anticipate this being such a really positive outlet for people who need somebody to talk to, who want to be heard. And I want to be there for people like that. So I'm trying to find a way to get a bigger audience to be able to call in, not just the same people. So I went on this thing online, and I forget what it's called, Rasmapol or something. I don't know what it's called. It sounds like a prescription drug, this website, but it's one of those things where they randomly just put you on camera with somebody while you're just sitting there, and all of a sudden, boom, people just pop up nonstop, and they could choose if they want to talk to you or not. So I tried it. I'm sitting here with a microphone. I'm sitting there, and it was a bunch of 9-year-olds who looked at me and go, "Get out of here, you old boomer." Boom, gone. It was disheartening and frightening at the same time. Now, I love this show. I love the idea of this show. A lot of people have contacted me about the possibility, and this isn't a lie. This is not like living one of those lies. I've heard from 2 radio companies that think that the idea of this show would be a great radio show where I ask the people the questions. They don't know what the question's going to be when they call in, and you have a lot of people. So right now, this is just, I'm getting better at listening. I'm getting better at coming up with good questions, because I'll be honest, the idea itself is strong. It is original, it is strong, and I'm ready to go with it. But it definitely needs some tweaking, and I'm working on that right now. I'm also taking this time to try to get super duper healthy again. And that's not fun, is it? There's a lie that I was living myself. Yeah, I worked out today. What about the burger on the way home, you asshole? There's that as well. So, there's a lot of different things that are happening here right now, but we do have time for one more question. If anybody wants to do it, you can call that number listed on the show right this second. Denise is checking in the chat room. Stayed at the hospital last week, but I didn't know I had this kidney failure. You have kidney failure? And it's not about drinking, okay? I had stopped and all this stuff came up. Big fire truck had to come get me off the sidewalk. I'm sorry to hear that, Denise. That's horrible. That's horrible. We get wake-up calls all the time. I've got one going on with my life right now, and it has nothing to do with health. It has to do with, how do I word it? It has to do with trusting people. And I'm hearing some things out there. People have volunteered some information to me about some people that are cheering for me to fail, and that are, that are giving other people ideas of mine because under the quote unquote, it'll piss Terry off. So you just need to look the other way. To me, that means we're doing something right. We're doing something meaningful because somebody's threatened by it. And it does piss me off. It does piss me off about the going through a certain thing right now with a certain amount of trust. But there's a dark side of me that's like, cool, super cool. And then I started thinking about this health thing that I'm doing right now, that I thought I would take people on the journey with me. I'm trying a bunch of different things. I'm at that age where you got to use it or lose it. And I know there's a lot of other people out there. It's nobody you know of, Sandra. Sandra's like, is it D? No, it's not. It's nobody I work with. Okay. But anyway, I don't know what I was talking about. Doesn't matter, does it? I'll just wait a few more minutes and what do you mean I caught it? Somebody caught it. What do you mean, Keith? What did you catch, Keith? I like Mike going, I call, but I feel like it's Russian roulette. 100%, Mike. That's what this call is. That's what it is. That's what's so exciting about it. That's why I believe I'm getting a lot of people to call back, because it is a rush, not knowing what question it is. And I've learned that when I do the question, the answers are nowhere near what I've anticipated, like Sarah's call today. I wasn't expecting anything like that. I wasn't expecting it to go in a direction like that, and I need to be prepared, and it's making me a better listener and a better host. But nobody's going to get hurt here. You're not going to get hurt. But hit me up if you called the show. Hit me up at terryjames.com and go in the comment section there and give me your name and address and all that, and I will send you the thing. But you're just catching the tail. It's all good, Keith. Don't worry about it, buddy. It's all good. Well, thanks to everybody who's been in here in YouTube. It's great to see you guys in YouTube. It's great to see everybody on Facebook. I'll wait a couple more seconds. I will say this. The last question I have saved for people is it's a little racy. So I understand why people don't want to do it. But at least I could ask you guys here in the chat. Do you think, and I don't want to be, I love the self-help industry, but I hate the self-help industry at the same time. I want to be there for people. I've learned a lot of things over the past. I've taken a lot of classes. I have my own things that I've tried. Let's see here. Why am I not seeing the call? Hold on here. Hold on a second here. Why is it ringing? I don't see anybody. This is bullshit, people. Reasons. Oh, that could have been it. I don't know what happened. Oh, it was from Jacksonville. Call me again, people. I don't know what happened there. I had my phone on a weird thing. So call back if you're ready to do that. I'd love to hear from you guys. I forget what I was talking about. I really need to get better at my stream of conscience and remember what I was talking about. But, I was thinking about this health vlog thing, anything to motivate myself. And I love helping people. I don't know why. Go ahead, call, Denise. This could get funny. Go ahead, call right now, Denise. Okay, here we go. Denise.
It's Denise.
Denise, here we go. This might just be the end of Make It Weird. Turn that down.
Ow, which one?
Turn it down. Turn the thing that I don't want to hear myself. Okay, here we go. I didn't mean to yell at you. I don't mean to yell at you. I know you're going through some stuff. What is the kink that you'll never admit you're into until right now?
I have to put headphones on.
Oh God. You guys are gonna watch a meltdown right now. You guys are about to watch the first ever Make It Weird Meltdown
Wow.
brought to you by
Oh,
weed.
I'm trying.
Oh, dear Lord. I know people are laughing at me right now. I just hope,
They're laughing
I just hope no one from the radio show is looking at this thing right now. I'm surely they have
at the call.
surely they have better things to do.
Surely that matters.
Okay. What is the kink that you'll never admit that you're into until now? Come on, you're a little freak. What is it? She hung up. We'll consider that the end of the show today. I'm gonna, I'm gonna grade this show. I'm gonna give this show a D minus. And not because of people that called. Oh man. This is exciting for me, and it's also sad for a bunch of different reasons. What you guys want to talk about? Not that I got you here. Somebody talk me off a ledge. Somebody talk me off a ledge, please. Let me get rid of this thing here. I want to get rid of the number. I don't want anyone calling right now. Okay. Oh boy. I might have to just turn this into a real radio show. Or find a way to get more people. Because I really do love this. This is a lot of fun. And but it's a lot of regs. And anybody else? No? Nobody? Let me see what the chat's saying. Let's see here. Ooh, rough. I feel like I was Uli, you have to stop. Uli's in the chat room. I feel like I was at least a D plus. That's my shirt size too. Dude, you have to stop taking things personal. I don't know if I want to do this. Okay, let's see what happens. Now it's just getting comical. What's your name?
Oh, Jesus. Dylan.
Dylan. You want to answer that question?
What's up, Terry?
You want to answer that question?
The last question I heard before I called was a kink question. Is it the same question?
You're getting it. What is the kink that you'll never admit that you're into until right now?
Dressing up as a teacher. Brother, let me tell you, when I was a kid, there's nothing better than the thought of
Hold
seeing
on.
kids on the news getting caught up.
Hold on 1 second. It went out when you said dressing out as what?
Dressing up as a teacher.
A teacher.
Not me, but the ladies dressing up as a teacher.
Oh,
there was
yeah.
nothing better than when I was a kid. I was in love with a few teachers growing up. Oh
Mhm.
my God. And I saw the kids on the news getting in trouble. There was nothing better than that. I wish.
Oh, so you mean getting in trouble because they banged their teacher?
But yes, I wanted to be the one that got my teacher in trouble.
What was your who was your favorite teacher? You don't have to say their name, but what
It
was
was an English teacher, 9th grade. Her name was Miss Duffy.
and what was her qualities where you were just going, "Oh, Miss Duffy, I need that."
She would, when I asked her for, or when anyone asked her for help, she would always wear these loose dresses, and she'd bend over the front of your desk. What do you need? And she'd have both hands on the outside of the desk, and it was just, I don't know. I done forgot what the question was.
That is so the Van Halen Hot for Teacher video gets to you.
1,000%. 1,000%.
So
If anybody says it didn't, they're lying.
what do you think it is about it? But do you think it's an authority figure that all of a sudden you
for
want?
sure.
Oh, really?
It's the authority plus the one of those little forbidden deals. Like everybody loves a little forbidden something. Plus the authority. You're a kid.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I know I'd get in a bunch of trouble if that were the case.
Are you a married man?
Absolutely.
And have you told her about this fantasy?
She's a teacher. Absolutely. I live that fantasy every day, brother. I chased it. I'm telling you.
Really? Do you tell her to scold me? Do you tell her? Do you role play like that?
Listen. It depends on the weekend, but yes, sometimes I can talk her into it. She's kind of over it at this point. We've been
Yeah, yeah.
we've been together for a long time, so
Isn't it weird when you just sit there? When you find the right person that you're able to share some of your fantasies with and,
absolutely.
and some of your kinks with, and you're not embarrassed by it, and they don't treat you like you're embarrassed, and maybe they'll do something about it. Because I want to know what my wife's kinks are. I would like to, to do something, but she doesn't really have a lot when it comes to that. I think she just likes people being nice to her because she had dated a bunch of dirtbags in the past.
Oh yeah, let me tell you, the best thing in my opinion is when you don't have to tell your kinks; they create their own kinks for you. I don't know if that makes sense, but you didn't realize that it was a kink till she did it for you. If that makes
Exactly.
sense.
I love the dress up stuff. I love the sexy outfits. I love the lingerie. I love the latex. I love the super high heels.
Absolutely.
I love all of that. But and every girl that I've been with, I've let them know that that is a fantasy. I
A lot of them don't take it well.
everyone, I'll tell you the truth. Every one of them is obliged, but I still feel guilty asking for it. I feel like, it really didn't mean anything. It didn't hold the oomph unless it was just somebody walking in dressed like that and going, "Let's do this, you son of a bitch." You know, that
Exactly.
so do you find that to be true as well? Because I know that bothers me when I
Yeah,
ask
there
for
is
it,
a
I
little
feel
less
like,
authenticity.
yeah,
Yeah, a little less authenticity for sure.
when your wife, when you say, "Hey, about some high heels tonight," and she goes,
Yeah, why don't we do
"Oh,
this? And it's like,
oh, all right," you know.
no, I feel like I'm forcing it. What did I just AI? I feel like it's AI real life. I'm just AI in it. It's not even real.
I love it. Well, I appreciate your candid answer. I like it. The fact that you married a teacher is even more funny. It is hilarious. And I appreciate the call, man. Thank you so much, bud.
Hey, thanks, Terry. Have a good one.
All right, we'll talk to you later. All right,
Yep.
there you go. There's our three questions out of the way. I think I may be able to edit this and save this thing. But I really appreciate the calling. I really do, and I'm walking on a line right now. But this is just me thinking out loud. Is that I'm walking on a weird situation here, where I want the show. I want there to be, in my vision, I want it to be a lot more people listening and a lot more people calling than the same people. But I love the fact that I am getting the same stuff. There's some really funny people. There's some very thoughtful people. I think Uli's one of those thoughtful people. Oh, son of a bitch. Now it's just coming. Let's try this one more time. Let's see what this is. Oh no, I'm not gonna hang up on it. Sorry. That was you, Denise. You're getting the same treatment that that you get on the legendary show. I love you though. I do. I love you and want the best for you. I'm gonna, in comedy and in radio and everything else, you want to go into a commercial break or the end of a show on a high note. You've heard me bitch about it before on the Lex and Terry show, where especially if it's a vacation and that last hour of the show is not fun or funny for me, it will live with me for the week or two that we're on vacation. It really will. No, stop it. Hold on a second here. Let's try this. Look, why am I doing this? Somebody tell me why I'm doing this. This is a guest thing. Hello, who's this? What did Terry just learn there? What did Terry just learn? See, I want these people, because now I'm seeing in the chat, people are like, I didn't mean to annoy you. Sandra, nobody's annoying me. Okay. It is not an annoying thing at all. It is just me being completely open and honest about you about this vision. You guys have really, since day one, since the day I started it, you've really proved to me that this can be a very compelling show. And it really is. If the questions are right, if the calls are right, it's very, very compelling. And it proves to me I didn't want to interview celebrities. I didn't want to schedule calls. I didn't want to do any of that. I could get celebrities on. Everybody's doing that. The world is filled with people who need help, who need a friend, who are lonely, who want to get something off their chest, who just want to be heard. And that's the reason why I'm doing this. And I think that regular people better. I see people throughout the day. Talked about it before. I see somebody doing a random act of kindness. I saw it today at the coffee shop. I saw that there were 2 people or 3 people wanting to sit down at this outdoor table, and there were 2 chairs. And then I saw a man walk all the way around the corner, grab a chair, and put it down for these ladies to sit down. He wasn't with them or anything like that. And I notice things like that. And I love things like that. And to me, that's what people are. And I like having that element on this show. Real people are better than anybody else. Okay, guys, have a great rest of the day. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. Hello to everybody on YouTube. Hello to everybody on Facebook. I really appreciate you guys streaming this live. It will be edited down into a package, you know, but this is the part that I live for. I live for these uncomfortable moments. I live for any of these moments. Streaming live is, if I had the opportunity, I would just sit here all day long and do this. And I might. We talked about doing a marathon where you just stay online. And I think I might do that one day where I just pop in. I could show a bunch of pictures and take calls and talk to people. It'd just be kind of fun to do. And maybe I'll do that I'll stay on for as long as I can. But thank you. Good to see you, C. Shaw 76. Sandra, thank you very much. Dylan, thanks so much for calling. Uli, you were fantastic. Quit taking things personal. And Uli is fantastic, by the way. Really good man. Very honest man. And he's one of the guys that I'm talking about. You thoughtful, going through it, living life just like everybody else. And when people talk out loud about it, it encourages others to not only just talk about it, but it makes you realize you're not alone. It makes you realize you're not the dirtbag you thought you were. You're not the failure you thought you were. You're not. You're just not. Guys, thank you so much. Appreciate it. We will talk to you later on. Bye-bye.